Do you ever wonder how to get booked for speaking gigs? Well, you've come to the right place. In the last video, I told you who to contact in order to get booked for speaking gigs. And now I'm going to tell you exactly what to say in order to get those connections to people who can book you for speaking gigs. Okay, so who to contact, as we mentioned in the last video, are your clients. Reach out to your clients. So let's say you're going to reach out to your clients. You've got your list already of who to reach out to, and the first person on the list is Mike. And Mike is a client of mine. He's the one who actually introduced me to the person who brought me in for that 700-person gig that I talked about in the last video. So I would say something like this. I'd say, hey, Mike, you know that I give this talk called How to Get More Warm Leads in 1 hour than most advisors get in 1 month. And this talk really helps advisors leverage their time. It helps them to stop chasing prospects down and instead be able to build their business with multiple clients in one fell swoop. I get rave reviews from this presentation, and I'd love to help as many advisors as I can with this problem. So, what organizations do you belong to that brings in speakers who may be interested in this topic? And that's pretty much it. Now, you don't have to use the exact words that I said. What's more important is that you take the same come from attitude. And here's what I mean. If your come from is, hey, Mike, I'm a speaker and I'm trying to build my business. Could you help me get booked for speaking gigs? I guess that's better than not asking, but he might not be as apt to help as if I say, I give this great talk and it helps these people with this particular problem. And I want to help as many people as possible with this particular problem. Who do you know that would benefit from this? So your come from needs to be a come from of service. And you can probably imagine that gets people pretty fired up and geared up to help you. Now, one thing to keep in mind as you start employing this tactic is you have to be a detective when you're going for speaking gigs, because chances are Mike isn't going to know the person to introduce me to who brings in the speaking gigs at a particular organization or at his company. He might know someone there, but then I've got to have the same conversation with that person and maybe another person until they introduce me to the person who makes the decision. Don't be discouraged by this. It does tend to be, a couple of people down the line that end up being the decision maker. And sometimes you get lucky and you hit the person on the first introduction. But this is something I know you can do. It's really simple, but it just takes consistency. So if you like this tip, I'd love for you to comment below and share it with your friends. And most of all, be blessed and make it a crazy good day.